Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
Yes, you are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions today, the 10th of March 2026. And we want to say we're going to be here with good information coming your way. It's a house full. We have the full team here, 2 from the Scandinavia, 2 from the United Kingdom. So welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions. Linford God is my name in Norway, and Paul the Lord Chiruple is in London. Mr. Morris Yakuba Dolly is in Manchester, the United Kingdom. And Francis Mensah is in Sweden. He's going to be joining us in the next 2 minutes. But we want to say it's a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening. The last time we were here was on Friday, and today we are here Tuesday. And the next time we'll be here again is going to be on Friday. But in between, on Sunday, Paul the Lord Chiruple is here with the Paul. What is the name of your program?
Audience with the Lord Chiruple, the friend of King Charles.
Okay, with the audience, and you can get in the audience, Paul. Gentlemen, let me say welcome to each and every one of you here. Let's start with Padoli. You know, Padoli then being around for a while when we were still crawling. Padoli, how is it to see the many years and still coming on strong? You like it?
Oh, yes. The way he portrayed yourself, that hard the left catch you.
Some people are not lucky. Some people are very careful, but they're not lucky. They can get sick. They can,
Yeah, sickness always comes. Nobody got control over that. But if you always behave yourself, discipline keep you going very hefty and things there. You should always make sure that what is not good for you, because anything made like sometimes is not in your best interest. So you have to discipline yourself sometimes to control certain things. Like I would say this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to come to. Like this. Seeing all beautiful women, you say you want to go around them, sometimes it's not good for you. That's one. And also to see food. You see, food will take it to keep that going, but not to do it too much. When you keep on eating too much, it become problem again for you. So everything that human like is not in your best interest. So you need to discipline yourself in life.
Okay. Thank you very much, Padori. Yeah, thank you very much. When I was small, we used to hear that parable. They say the thing that's feeding Billy go more, he can run his stomach. But Paul, how you doing? How is the weather? I'll start with you with the weather, Paul.
Well, the friend of King Charles is doing extremely well, and I want to say good evening to you all, and also good evening to our audience. I'm happy to be among the living, and also it's good to be in paradise with the beautiful people on the planet Earth. Yeah, the weather is terrible. It's been foggy recent time for some reason, because we're heading towards spring. So what happened now? You wake up in the morning, you got this hue, it pretend to be cold, but in the afternoon time, you can even wear your t-shirt. So we heading there. So the new life, I'm going to see new flowers growing now. So we know that we heading somewhere. Summer is just around the corner. Yes, it been raining too. So as it rains, sunshine, new life begin. So yeah, but it's good to be here today. And to our audience, share the show. It'll be a quite interesting program tonight. Thank you, Linford.
Okay. talking about the weather, and sometimes I look at the people here, my Norwegian people, when they behave sometimes, some kind of way I get mad at them. But then you gotta know these people, they kind of play. Imagine a woman pregnant and they born a child and they went up crazy. So the men will be smiling 1 minute, you and then smiling. All of a sudden, the next minute, men mad. They I think they're mad. You want to talk to nobody, or if they found out. A few days ago, we had, the whole of last week it was warm, man. Today's Tuesday, right? The whole of last week was warm and everything, the snow was going. Then guess what? Saturday night. No, there's Sunday night. The amount of snow that came, brother, you not believe it. I said the thinking winter just starting. Now that whole thing that came yesterday and today it warm. So the whole thing I turned to water when you walk, even car is plenty. But so that how we are. 1 minute we happy, another time we mad. But this is where we live. You can call it okay, fine and said I home.
Yeah. Let's welcome some people. Linford, before we proceed. I see Joseph Conto is with us tonight.
Right.
Good. Yeah, it's good to see Happy, Joseph. And we need your input because you from the military side will be heading to Iran at some point today. What is going on? Maybe you could drop some comment and see what's going on, how you feel and what it's all about on that side. But to our audience, to brief everyone, today we'll be looking at the situation in Foya. What's going wrong at the border? Is that land dispute or what's happening? We'll be looking at Foya. And also, will be the question to the audience tonight. Our government, the India, is what we play football, they get first half and second half. So the other half now, first half of the game. So the question here is President Boyka winning or the country still drowning? This is the question we want you to chime in tonight. We just want to know whether he's doing extremely well. People may say, yeah, he's building bridges, he's doing this, he's doing that. Other people say he's demolishing, there's no food, there's no jobs. So we want to balance this tonight. Is he winning or the people still drowning? That is the topic for tonight. And then also what's happening in Foya, Lofa County, between Liberia and Guinea. Is there a land dispute? What's going on? So we'll be looking at all of these things tonight. So we'll need your contribution on this. Linford?
Okay, guys. So we want to say, and you see, I'm silent. I'm sharing the show. I got so many different groups that are in and sharing the show. So I want you guys to do the same thing. Mute your phone and I'm sharing the show. So I want you guys to do the same thing. Share the show so that we'll have more people here to listen to what we say. And we want your participation. I got some kind of video about Trump I want to play. Well, yeah, doing the same thing. The Megan pronounce well. So we want your participation, please. So don't just sit there and watch us. You should be asking questions in the comment box. If you want to call, we'll get a number, you can call. So, but guys, as we wait for the full team to get on board before we start the program, we're going to take a quick musical break. And please, while this music is playing, we want you to share the show. If you're just coming in, grab your cup of water, cup of tea, or whatever you can, and sit down and be a part of the show. That's what we want you to do, and that's why we play this program and this song. And this song is very important because it tells us about the system of government guiding like people, how the people can come to power. They lie, shoot their way to power, but when they get to power, they can govern. So when we come back, we'll be going into the show.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not know. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises. that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we go tell you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we go tell you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Yes, indeed, this is the Bottomline Liberia discussions, and we give you the top stories in the Liberian daily newspapers. And today we'll be looking at the second half. You know, like Paul earlier on intimated that every game, football game, basketball, they got break, you know, and then the first half can end. Then you'll go play, you'll go rest, and you'll come back again. Maybe if your team didn't do well in the first half, when you go, there are substitutions, you patch up all the little loopholes, you change the man who was spoiling the game, you put somebody who you think can fix it, and whatever. And then everybody expecting you when you come back with that second half. And then and they say, okay, yeah, we're going to do our best. So the question that we'll be asking today is whether the Unity Party government is actually doing what they promised the Liberian people, or have they failed in the first half, or have they succeeded? And if they have failed, during the first half? Are they going to, patch up in the second half, or will they continue the same trend? Or if you feel that they have won, and you think when they come back the second time or the second half, they will still continue to win, we want your view. You can write in the comment section. You can call if you want to call. And so, Paul and Padori, let me say welcome to you guys. Uh, that's the topic, the major topic that we'll be talking about today. And we want your input as panelists first and as Liberians. So let me see if I can bring on our other colleague, Francis Mensah. So he'll be here. He's joining us already. But Paul, let me start with you, Paul. One thing, since I've been knowing Paul is very enthusiastic about Liberian politics. When it comes to Liberian politics, Paul has got very good insight. He knows where some of the mistakes are, where some of the good things are happening, and he's very critical as well. So let me start with you, Paul. Now, I don't want you to be critical right now. I want you to tell me from your own point as a Liberian. Then, of course, you can put on your critical hat later on to conclude. But as a Liberian, I want your objective point of view. The second half of the first half of the United Party government has gone, meaning they've gone almost 2.5 years. Okay, and then they got three. Let's say, yeah, they gone 3 years. Let's put it that way, because they are in the third year, and they got 3 more years to come. But this third year, SSA, give me your honest opinion as a Liberian first, and beside that, you can put on your political hat.
Well, thank you, Linford, and I want you to recognize few people first before we
Okay,
get.
yeah.
Yeah,
So let me do that quickly. You are very right, because those are the people who got us here. Let's say welcome to our friend Joseph Contour, and also to our sister who is also a member of this platform, or Charles Chadela Brown Chirupli, and also Philip Kitty. Philip is very committed. He's been here for a while now. And the first time I remember, Philip came here, and we rough shoulder a little bit, but he's a committed guy. And Philip, we want to say thank you very much. And of course, our sister Madam Lucretia Nelson is here. And these are all strong members of the Bottomline Liberia discussions. So as other people continue to come, we'll be recognizing a lot of people on my page, but I can't see their names. I only see the liking from my page, but I can't see their names. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, thank you,
This is
Linford. Thank you, and I want to say hi to Francis too for joining, and to those of you that following, I want to say welcome to the Bottomline discussion. And Linford asked a question: the first half of Joseph Nimam Baka government. And so he want me to put on my Liberianness first before being
right.
critical. To be honest, on a really, my Liberianness would be, look, our people have suffered for long, and these are ongoing suffering they have faced for many years. Even when we were growing up, went through the same thing. But from what I'm seeing so far, I don't think anything have changed. To be honest, nothing have changed. So it's the same old 6 and 7 book of Moses that we've been going through. So from the Liberian point of view, from the human side of me, nothing have changed. It's just the same thing. So I would say it that way. Simple thing, nothing have changed. And then if you ask me why, then I will lay it out why, in my opinion, things have not changed. It still remain the same. We still are the same.
So
Yeah.
you can wear your critical hat and tell me why.
Well, the thing is, my critical cap would be this way. If a nation went through of earthquake, right, or disaster that occurred, and you promise to rescue the nation from that disaster, and then you came, but not rescue the nation, I see that as a failure. That would be my critical point of view on it. Because you promised that you do X, Y, and Z, but then we're going back to where it started from. So there's nothing changed. So that would be my critical point, that You lied to the people that you're going to rescue, but you didn't rescue. So where the point?
So what about the argument? What about the argument that we are just looking at the first half? The second half is still there. So if they argue that we still have 3 more years and we can do whatever we want to do within 3 years, how can you address that? You already finished judging them.
Yeah, that is a valid argument to say. But my critical point here would be, if you prepare to take over, I mean, when you were in opposition, what happened? You were government in waiting, but you took over as government before you started writing your policy. That policy came into place when December 2025. So what does that tell you? It means now this is the half you're going to implement our policy when you were given mandate for 6 years. So how would that policy work? And that RCA will be a failure because you start from day one. You don't go into your policy when you are already governed before you come and say, this is the blueprint of how I'm going to govern. I see that. Remember, after this year, next year, there'll be a lot of political activities in Liberia. Political parties will be campaigning. And any mistake you make, your opponent will pound on it. And for you to recover, so that they were so clever, they gave them time into the second half. So you don't deliver in the first half, second half, it will be bad news. That would be my critical analysis on them. Linford?
Okay, thank you. Fair enough. And that's what makes us Liberians. Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, no, I say, well, your thoughts are well enough. They are well in place, and that's what makes us, all of us, Liberians. Padole, the United Party, they've gone almost 3 years, which is half of their time. And for me, I would personally say that the most important part of any years for any political party should be the first 2 years, because when you have put all of your mechanisms in place in the first 2 years, the third year you begin to implement, you begin to put finishing touches. Your 4 years, you begin to polish it, and then the 5th year you start to sell yourself. This is what I have done. Look behind me. This is what I have done. Okay. The 6th year, you get relaxed and let the people judge at the pool. So this party is gone 3 years almost 3 years. And looking back and up to the present, how can you judge them? Do you see any progress? Have they progressed? And do you see any prospects?
Thank you very much, Linford, for allowing me to come over my opinions. I would say it has a C8. You see, for me, I'm an opposition. I want the government to achieve something better for the betterment of our country. The citizens of the country should benefit. Equally so, I also want the government to blunder so we can capitalize on and win and take the seat from them and do the right thing. For reality, to be realistic, they have just started the third year. They did the first, it was a wheelbarrow. The second one, it was a confusion, throughout. Confusion, no here, no there. Fighting to remove someone, all kinds of things. Burning the seat of the government. All kinds of stuff went on for the second time, for the second years. They didn't do anything, so confusion. So they tell one, now they have started it with demolishing people's property, putting people on the street, making people homeless, which is not the best option and a good governing system can go. So for me, I am so glad that the misbehaving and the Liberian people will look at it and see whether they should give them another 6-year term or kick them out and put out there so we can prosecute them for the wrongdoing. That's what I can say in this thing here. They are not doing
Okay.
that to be realistic.
Okay.
The next
Thank you very
about
much. They're doing something though. They may not be doing what you want, but they're doing something. Because you get they're not just saying that they're doing something. Either
yeah,
the good one or the bad one.
okay, I can tell you if you allow me to tell you what I know that they're doing, which I know is not in the best interest of the masses. I will say one or two words. I'm not going to go for it. I'll just say two places.
Okay,
Number
say
one, yeah. Number one, the disregard the rule of law, which is the cardinal Spanish call for any government, for any good thing, rule of law. If you
uh-huh,
respect the rule of law,
uh-huh.
then you will do the right thing. He knows that already. Secondly, this begin to the guardian that could not even afford or 50, I mean, one bedroom apartment, the building skyscraper and things then. The typical example right now, the wheelbarrow is right behind the LPRC's managing director, who misappropriate some funds that were given to him to import some oil and things then into our country, petroleum and things then. He didn't even know he left and right. So at the end of the day, the money went fiasco. So people
Okay,
are starting of investigation on him. So all
okay,
these things are happening. Most of the people that were given position did not perform it to the expectation of the president. The president himself confessed they gone last cabinet meeting.
okay.
So
Thank you very much.
obviously, they have not been really good.
If the president is not impressed, I think he
No,
appointed them.
absolutely, the president not impressed, and
Yeah, but if
he,
he's not
he
impressed,
confused.
he can express it to the Liberian people by dismissing them because those people were not
Yeah,
elected.
yeah,
elected. So let's go to Francis
he will
or
not do
Francis
that. He
Kevin.
will not do
You,
that because
you,
these are
Padori, you had your time
the
to speak. You told me you were not going to go further, and I gave you the
okay.
time.
Okay,
Um,
let me stop there. You're giving
yeah. So
the shadow
Francis,
the
I
shadow
want to say what
representative. Yeah.
I want to say. Welcome to you, Francis. Uh,
Yeah,
but
thank you
before
guys.
Francis comes in, let me welcome two of our very strong sisters, Yumotro Mensa, and also Yvette Sifas. She's in Atlanta, and Yumotro is in Minnesota. So let me say welcome to you guys. We know it's in the afternoon there. It's in the night here also. So we keeping your afternoon busy, and then you are keeping our evening good. But Francis, you are in gear. But let me put it this way to you, Francis. You are a sympathizer. I don't want to just say that you are a supporter because I don't know your standing, but you are a sympathizer of this government. And at a certain point, I have noticed that you try to defend them, and at some point again, I see you express your frustration. Probably you expect them to do certain things, and they are not doing it the way you want to see it, and then you express your frustration at time. But right now, we are assessing the first 3 years, though the third year has not ended. But they say if your Christmas will be good, you can tell from the eve. So we are assessing. Tell me how, and Jody Davis, welcome. How are you? How could you judge or give them a grade? I mean, I hate to say grade people, but how will you judge them? Because whether you grade them, you are still judging them. Uh, how will you judge your people? Are they performing to your expectations, or do you think there is something that they shouldn't they have not done and they're supposed to do, or there's something that they have done and they shouldn't have done?
Well, again, I want to say hi to you guys. I hope you all are doing well in your various localities around Europe. To give an overview of the UP-led government's progress, success, or what you guys may term it to be. Look, Liberia, first of all, Liberia is a very complex country to govern. Liberia has had province since 1847. The province always remain and this government has taken on the tax head on. Uh, the government has had a lot of success in terms of bringing back the country on its course. Uh, we all know that the last administration uh, derailed all the gains that were made in terms of governance and the social political architecture of the country. Having said that, there are challenges. The government, inherited a lot of problems. Like the road network, which Liberia should not at this time being no, but no, confronted with since 1847 or whatever. This is since the 40s or the 50s. So the government has prioritized road network, as one of its key.
The government has not built any new road; they are only refurbishing roads. So
The government is, I mean, even the refurbishing roads, the roads were not in good condition. So that progress been made. If you are driving on a pothole or an old road, and you get a new one that is smooth, it's progress made. And we also saw that the government brought in those yellow machines. That they are called yellow machines. There's a combination of excavators and whatever.
And we are not seeing the effect, so we can't add it to our menu because we don't know how it's going to be.
But
So
the mere importation of those machines single out that the government is ready, the government is prepared to create the avenue for our people to have access to the rural areas. The produce will be to come from the villages and towns. So yeah, that in itself is an achievement.
okay,
So
thank you very much. I will take one more
and
round
on the
with
foreign
everybody.
policy level, the government has put Liberia back on the map amongst the Community of Nations. We are doing reform. Reform does not come easily. It takes time. Some people feel the pinch, and after that, Liberia will be the glorious land of liberty as is stated in our national anthem.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Everybody will take one more round on this topic. But let me ask you this question because what you're laying out right now is the quote unquote achievement of the government. But are you 100% satisfied? Is there anything that they should have done, and they have not done it yet, or is there something that they are doing wrong, or you think, oh, it's just bread and butter, honey and milk?
Oh, look, I mean, all governments around the world has its shortcomings. The government is not, it's not short of any, these problems. There are issues that should be, tackled. The level of unemployment. I mean, it's taking time for, investors to come to the country. I know that's one of the issues we have. Some of the technical positions that were taken, that were taken away from people. I'll be honest. I mean, these were, I think they should have been done in a different way. So there are a few things the government has done, but on the average, there are more gains made.
Okay,
a
Paul.
year.
Paul, Francis just mentioned something. Two things he mentioned. Unemployment is still high up, and then he talked about investors not coming yet. And I don't know because when you are in your third year and investors have not come, we don't know when they will start coming. They will start coming to vote because the next time that I'm voting will be talking about it. We'll not be talking about development. So those two things put together, unemployment and investors not coming, because you know what I want you to tie them up for, because when investors start coming, then employment opportunities open, right?
Yeah.
But in the absence of investors coming and unemployment, you're claiming government the only source of employment. How do you see that affecting the voters' decision in the coming elections?
Yeah,
Paul,
can I
Paul,
can I
Paul, Paul,
ask
Paul,
first a
Paul,
bit,
Paul,
please?
Paul, please, Paul.
Oh,
Right. Linford, I love my brother Francis. You know, sometimes it's difficult to back something that the first thing when the rule of laws in any nation is not there, investor won't come. That to start with. And this government have violated the rule of law, and Padori said it here. Remember, I think just recently, Emma Glasgow and my own comrade, Duwenya, they took the government to court. They violated their own laws. So this is it's just when the rule of law of any nation. And it has been said by Mo Ali that our justice system is corrupt. So who the investors are going to go to Liberia to invest heavily in that country when the justice system is so corrupt? That's one. So until those uh, uh the justice system can be fixed, then you have people going to Liberia with serious money. So at the moment, it's only me and you and Lemonese can take risks into Liberia because we understand the terrain. But for serious uh, uh, investor to go to Liberia now, it'll be hard. So that one we disqualify it. Francis mentioned something about the government now put Liberia back on the map. But what was Ellen? Ellen, who headed the United Party, the darling girl of Africa. There was nothing for George. We are only king and continue the good work that Ellen did. So what did Liberia go wrong? Just when George took over, that's when Liberia now among something went wrong that were not among international people anymore. So I'm trying to work this out. What was Ellen? Because Ellen 12 year was smooth. George Weah King, he did his own, and then the United Party King said, "Oh, we now put Liberia on a map." On what map? Ellen have already done that work. So which one that we so those conflicting information is just confusing people. That's what I'm saying.
Which work Erin did?
Ellen was the darling girl of the world. There was Ellen.
Who said that?
I know for me, I've seen it here because when
Maybe
Ellen,
for you.
when Ellen came to the UK, she was here back to back. She even won the Nobel Peace Prize. She was the one that even went to America and spoke to both houses in chamber. Ellen
Yeah,
did all that. So what
I
a
mean,
minute.
I quickly told you Erin deserved the Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, you ask, you say Liberia. My point here is Ellen did the work. And you say Liberia now, because when the Civil War came, when Ellen took over, that image restored itself under Ellen. So don't you telling me that George we have destroyed the country? That's why Joseph Barker now putting Liberia back on the map. I just found that funny because Ellen did the work. We are only continue the good peace, and Barker
Both
came with
Ellen, both
the
we have changed Liberia way back.
Okay. I don't think that's the topic.
Yeah.
Paul just try to give his own view, like you, Francis, give your view. But I can attest to the fact that former President Salif actually, even if she didn't restore Liberia's image 100%, but she did some work. Number one, she was able to cancel a lot of debt for Liberia. Number two, she received the Nobel Peace Prize. And you know the Nobel Peace Prize, they don't just give it to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay? She got it. And number three, she had a connection. She worked in the international, arena, the World Bank, and all these things. People, at least she had that edge that she would meet strange people to talk to. But I hate to make a comparison, right? Because they are all our leaders. The Weah, the Boaka, the Ellen. I hate to make a comparison among the three of them. But if you look at the three of them, each one of them has their own standing, their own kind of popularity. Somehow, Paul will continue to end up. I just want to portray what you and Francis were going on back and forth with. See, so if you come to the football world, popularity, we had our edge. So if you come to international, accolades where people know the person, from student days, Ellen Johnson may have been there. She had fought all the governments and, she was able to bring down some government. She was there. And that's why people knew her and then they could trust her to even cancel some debt for Liberia. They could nominate her for the Nobel Peace Prize and all this kind of thing. But President Weah is a local, President Vaga is a local giant. He's well known among the people on the ground. So you see, each one of them have their own strength somewhere and somehow. Paul, continue.
Yeah, so while we're leading, you see, Honor Ellen, we had George Bush, Tony Blair, all of these people going to Liberia. So that connection was already there. So when I hear the thing about, Baka now restore Liberia image, I think it's just a false pretense that these people come with to confuse people more that, Liberia was so bad. Because they came of this story that the country went through a disaster on a weir. The country had an earthquake and they came to rescue the country. But they failed to rescue the country. Rescuing the country was the bread and butter issue. And that bread and butter issue, when you talk about jobs, that we don't have jobs, there's no jobs. The University of Liberia, over 10,000 students graduated in recent time. No jobs. So how on earth can you rescue a nation? Because if you're going to create jobs from day one when you take, that I'm going to protect the Constitution of Liberia, and this is where my purpose is. This is my vision to create jobs. This is my vision to rescue Liberia. 2 years, we need 10 years. They have not been shown. So this is where we are.
Okay, Padole, I don't know, but you already, I know your position, Padole, because you said your opposition. But let me let you close on this one like this. If you were to, because you already said what these people did, some of the things they were not supposed to do, they have done it and it was bad. To control, you asking what it stands for. The A stands for agriculture. The first letter A stands for agriculture. So in the rest agenda. But Padole, if you were to as a Liberian and opposition person, because two things you say, and I'm giving you the question based on what you said first, right? You say you want the government to succeed, to do well. If they do well, the country will be okay. But at the same time, you want them to fail so that you can be elected. And I don't know, how can you sit on the fence?
Thank you very much. I said, listen. I said, I want the government to do well so the citizen can benefit.
Yes, but I think I said.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but
equally so, I'm praying that they should blunder. So we.
Yeah, so this is where I'm coming to. So
wait.
Let me complete my question. You answer. I'll get you the chance. You're supposed to cross a small mud, right? You're walking on the road. You see the small mud. You sort of cross it. So you stand. You put one foot, so you put one foot, so you're standing. So where are you going? Are you walking in the mud or are you jumping over it? Because you can't say you wanted to succeed so the people can enjoy, the citizens can enjoy. Then at the same time you wanted to fail so you can be elected. So where are you? Take one position.
I am saying I want them to make error and misbehave like what they're doing right now, so the citizens can know that they are not qualified and they fool the people to come to power. So they can look at us as the alternatives and relevant government that will rescue, because the name that they got, it does not resemble them.
We coming to the citizen and ask people. If the citizens see the people doing well, they will vote for them. So I don't pray that
right now, the 2 years that they have spent lavishing the people government money, misappropriating the fund that given to them for appropriate issue. For the 2 years, now they are in a 10 years. They started 10 year with demolition, putting people on the street, making people homeless. So these are the things that I am glad to see it happening. So we can easily tell, the Liberian people will know who they are. You should not have voted for them. Because someone was given an opportunity for 12 years. He did not do anything good. What he did, he wouldn't blame.
Okay, thank you, Padre. I got
The
one more
person that
question to
he
ask.
served as a vice president, he said the person kept him
Padre,
in
you
the
can hear
gallery.
me? Padre, hearing me?
Well, leave for everybody went to. I won't go, Mama.
So he coming to you, Francis.
I'm coming to
Yeah,
you.
but,
Maybe want to ask question. If he ask question, let me go my round.
Let me explain
I'm coming,
the
but
reason why
Padre,
I'm
wait.
saying that.
Padre, you finish talking, but something,
Why
I want
are
to
you
ask
not
one.
really talking?
Wait, yeah. We got a lot of things to discuss here. But let me just ask one more question here.
Yeah, go
Maybe
on.
Jesus slip from my mouth. Because when you're talking, so are you as a political party, are you afraid of competition? What if the United
You're
Party is
not
doing
afraid of
well?
no competition.
But then why you wanted to fail? Why?
I said, I'm glad. You understand the word, the English word, glad. I'm happy that the blundering, the misbehaving.
Oh.
I wish they could
So
do
that
better.
way you can win?
Eh?
That way you can win?
If it misbehave, the
Uh,
Liberian people will not take them relevant to be relevant.
okay, thank you, Papi. Okay, thank you. Let's go to Francis. Francis, but you close on the whole thing, then we'll go
Yeah.
on
Let me
to
tell you
Paul.
something. Look, the government has constituted a lot of what you call it, commissions to put effect.
Is that achievement?
Listen to me, I mean,
Yeah, he learn. Let the brother learn.
No, but
Oh,
you see, me, I
I
don't
mean,
remember your conversational. When you say
I
something,
mean, no, he's going. You try, in our conversation, you trying to run down my throat. Give me chance, let me learn. So
okay,
take it easy if we bring a parable on me. I know you.
Francis,
So the government has instituted a commission, a lot of institutions that will take care that the agriculture commission. The president bring in some machines to help supplement the work of the farmers around the country. But before the third year ends, or the fourth year end, there will be a huge productivity of agricultural products in the market. You will see them in abundance. So there's no question about that. So the tourism bureau that was a commission is working hard. We see the influx of tourists coming to Liberia. So I mean that's a plus, and that will create jobs for our local market, our local people as well. And let me just quickly say that the ongoing demolition has nothing to do with the government. There's not a government of Liberia doing it. It's a weak propaganda. So
Let me refresh your memory. Let me
owners,
refresh your memory.
their
So
own.
no. In
My
the second,
friend.
it got nothing
You
to do with
spoke.
government.
It has nothing to do with government. And
In the
people
second,
own their property. People own their property. People own their property. You go to court. The court the right to claim your property. The owners of the property, they go about doing the destruction of properties. Those who build in the alleys of government over the years, the governments have been very weak in enforcing the laws around how people all being all in the alleys. So the government is taking initiative to break those places down for people to have access to their homes, ambulances, and fire services to go to their homes. Those are ones that on the alley. So that's it. Lean for.
okay,
So you want to be interactive now? Ask me now.
okay. So I want to ask you. You talk about the government. That's why I want to catch it from your mouth. You say the government has set up commissions and this and that, and literally, and I know, and everybody here knows that some of those commissions are very toothless, useless, unfunctional, non-existent. And then you sit here and boast of it as the government said you. So that's why I want to ask whether
Name one that is toothless.
the asset recovery commission.
What made them do this?
Show me one thing they have retrieved from the past government.
They're all in court. It's in the legal process. Isn't there going there collecting from people and say, I see this country is
They can show anything.
This country is governed by rules and
something being in or case being in court is not decisive. So you can't boast of that.
Before you take people to court, you're supposed to have evidence on them. Did they have evidence? They even asking somebody corporate to bring evidence on their very self so they can prosecute them.
And which is not possible.
Which is not possible.
Even under the American Constitution, I think the 25th Amendment it forbids you to testify against yourself. Okay, but then guys,
against yourself.
I think we got to be transitioning because we got a lot of things to talk about. Padori.
Yeah, I will give you a chance. Go ahead.
Yeah, so let's welcome Alfonso Tele. Alfonso is here. I know Alfonso Tele, yes, yeah. I know I saw him. He's still here. So Alfonso, all of you guys that are joining, please help us to share the show on your own personal platforms. And so, but before we proceed, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be talking one more thing about Liberia, which will be very short, but this one is on a side note. And the reason why we talk about it is to give some historical context. And a lot of people do not seem to understand what has been unfolding in the past. But we're going to take that short break. So when we get back, and then we can do one of that. Well, I was just talking about, guys, just feel sorry for me a little bit. I'm trying to do something, but Sony is not cooperating here. Yeah. Paul, you want to play your jingle that I was looking for, but I can't get it.
Oh.
Okay, I think.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottom Line, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Cholo Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
Okay, indeed. Welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions of beautiful Tuesday evening, the 10th of March, 2026. And we almost halfway in March again. The year is moving fast, and so are things moving fast. I just want to shift the topic. I actually want us to talk about this Liberian boy that was murdered in Ghana, but I will reserve it. We will not talk about it. So we're going to talk something else about Liberia, and that thing is happening. I use the word "is" because it is still progressive. We have not heard the end to it. We have not even gotten some of the total details of it. But there are pictures and videos trending on Facebook, on social media, about Guinean soldiers crossing to enter Liberia. Uh, uh, and there were some skirmishes at the border, and we all know what border confusion can bring. Every time you see something small happening at the border, it's like you and somebody got boundary your land here, the other person not land here, and one day you come home, you see the man brush a yard, and then he cross into your place, he brush it too. You'll be concerned about, but man, how you brush my what happened, So this thing happened. And for me, I saw a video, I saw two different videos. One where I physically saw the Guinean soldiers in that video. Then the other video I saw was group of young men, which was the last video, the group of young men believed to be from that area. And the caption was that they successfully drove the Guinean army away. And I was like, what? How can a group of young men, unarmed men, drive Guinean soldiers away? But I think there are various versions of the story. I want to start with Dolly, because the reason I want to start with him is that he's an ex-security man, and once ex-security, you are always on security. You will always be security conscious. What have you heard about this thing? And be very brief because we got to transition. So everybody will be very brief. Everybody ask questions. You got maximum 2 minutes. So what have you heard about this, and what are the security implications? So there are two questions I'm asking you. What have you heard, and what about security about it?
Yeah, basically what I heard, the entire episode of Fiasco, based on when specific behaviors by the Guinean army. They did it on their own, may be influenced by certain element within the border town there. But is something that the government, the two government need to look into it strongly and arrest the situation appropriately so it cannot reoccur. Because the civilian then did not drive the soldier. The soldier left based on an instruction from the Guinean authority. Our government having to reach to them and make them to understand what is happening is not in the best interest of both countries, and we don't want to see something like that happen. And the Guinean government begin to realize that actually what their soldier did, it was not correct, it was wrong. So even constituting some strategic securities mentions against those that did that, because they had no business crossing and putting up the flag. But their contention was, according to what we heard, you see people were doing some same money. You see that same money, they believe that is in the Guinean territory. The people will do the same money for construction purpose. Which construction best known? There's a certain company that was doing the same money, because these days they can take some sand from in this railroad to do construction with it. So, and the Guineans assigned at the border there, they feel that that area is belong to them, and they begin to take the law into their own hand, or instead of going through the diplomatic means, foreign ministries or ambassadors and here and there. They didn't do that. They just marked it. So the Guinean government will call them back to their country, and there will be some military or some administrative disciplinary action will be taken against those that did that. We heard, I don't know whether they will do it or not, but we heard that the Guinean government said they're going to take some disciplinary action.
Okay, but the second part of the question I want you to address it very quickly. That is the security implication, crossing into somebody territory.
It's forbidden. It's forbidden. But these days, I think you and I can be a living witness. The international community that we depend on that's supposed to be the mother organization to safeguard the international law, they are breaking it. Look at what happening to Iran by the American government. without
Okay.
going through their own procedure, without going through the United Nations. And they went and stepped on the people country.
Okay, so
So
let's move to Francis.
this year, the hard
Francis,
people, the stronger is the survivor, the hard
yeah.
seeking.
So Francis, we all saw this thing. Does it make us scary as Liberians? Does it bring some cool bombs on our skin, so to say, in the Liberian parlance?
I mean, no, for me, not necessarily. I don't think people, were little jittery because of the fact that the Guinean soldier, the manner in which they move, to Liberian territory and hosting the flag. People just ran, to avoid being caught up in any kind of uh, eventual scrimmage between the two sides. But about Dolly Reddish stated that it had to do with sand mining, and I think the contention from the Guinean side was that they were not ready to show if these guys were just mining sand or there were some minerals being taken because uh, it was not formally agreed between the two countries, So on that aspect, our Liberian people was wrong on that side by not informing the people because two countries share a river, a border, and it has to be mutually agreed upon to 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 mine sand, for any kind of purpose. Yeah, but internationally, Liberian, saw our country sovereignty was encroached upon. Our encroachment, I mean, is internationally unacceptable. So it has the proclivity or the propensity to to spark violence and reprisal from both sides. So security wise, but it was good. Security wise is threatening, and it might have created some tension between the two countries. But I just want to say that quickly that the maturity of our police, our security forces, they show that they were the best way they handle the situation by retreating, not to confront the Guineans. Because that's the second time they did it. They did it. Even the reports say that they did it in Sierra Leone as well. Cross border raid and hosting the flag. But I think that particular group of commanders, they are acting in isolation. You know, despite the guy being the now president being a former military guy. But hey, I don't think it was an questions of, or maybe it was sanctioned by these guys. Some people that take matter into their own hand based upon their position, and the Guineans they think they're very rough. So yeah, so that's it. That's how I see it.
Okay, thank you. Fair enough. Paul.
Well, the thing is, I think Joseph come to answer the question here, and this is where these guys were trying to flex their muscle. And Francis said it correctly. If you have a border, there's nobody. It's just a border, small space dividing two countries. So if you start doing some work in that area, you have to tell the other partner, look, we're doing some work here. So from the Liberian side, I think that was wrong. That's plain blank, they were wrong. Because it's a border. So you start digging sand, the other man feel that he taking sand from his side. So that was wrong. But the soldier crossing over, back home where case, hear the thing about mosquito police. And this because they saw our army guys wearing slipper and sitting down all drinking by a coast, so the guys decided to take advantage. That's exactly what. So the government now, to be honest, because the Guineans saw that, oh, we can cross this guy won't do anything. these so-called border patrol guys, they are all king Jew suckers. They just sitting there doing nothing. That's what they talk about. But if you have a proper border control, those guys are not going to do it. They took advantage of our security service. That's how I see it. They're trying to flex their muscle that we have, you don't have. So it's just a wake-up call to Liberia that every time in a budget, you know, the most money in a budget always go on the security. So how come our border are not fortified? That's my contention. The Guineans, so you saw people wearing slipper, sitting down drinking King Juice. So what can they do? They can't do anything. That's what happened. That's what Big Man said. I may be wrong, but that's what the Guineans soldiers saw that will take advantage of these guys. If they
Okay,
cross
thank you
the
so much.
border, put their flag in your own country, what was the security?
Thank you so much, Paul. And you know, I think the reason why I kept asking whether any of us these kind of activities can make any of us afraid is that the fact that if they have just crossed and come and say, "Oh, listen, you guys are doing money. Why you didn't inform us or whatever?" But hosting your flag on the land, you know what it means? That is a big violation of international law. And again, you got to be mindful because the Francis just said this is not the first time you guys have done it. They have done it like 2 times now, at least in recent years. And it is reported that they did it also in Sierra Leone. So, I mean, there must be underlying factor, something they're looking at. And mind you, this guy know that Liberia came from war, and the very Guinean soldiers, they were ECOMO soldiers in Liberia. They know the strength of our military, you know, so they could be testing the water, like Conto said. Something they say, well, in Liberia, we know the people, they ain't got nothing compared to us. No, the Guineans, when they came, they had some weapons that Liberia does not have. But again, we hope the relevant authorities, or the both military heads in both countries will handle it correctly, and there should be some stern warnings given because we're going to tie with the situation in Iran. We are witnessing right before our eye where another sovereign country is being violated, where people come from outside and going to go tell the other people, do what we want you to do. We'll change your regime. We'll change your and put the person we want. Does it make sense? And you know, so Guinea could just be in the cat, or how you say, they drink up a cat. Okay, so guys, we all know the situation. Almost 2 weeks now. The second week running. I know whether it's complete 2 weeks now, but it's running almost for 2 weeks. The situation in Iran. People can say Iran, but that country is pronounced Iran because I've talked to Iranian. I asked them what is the name of the country. They say Iran. They didn't say Iran. So we know what's happening there. And for me, being in the media, I always let to look at the facts on the ground. And social media has done it to the point where somebody can sit and write on their desk and fix and create a scenario in Iran or in Israel and start exploding bomb on a computer and make it to load like this. So it's difficult right now to be able to confirm what's actually happening because the kind of explosive that the boys are using on both sides. For me to see that journalist that will be brave enough to be very close to it and see that kind of journalist here, even Robin White couldn't do it. So people are presenting different kind of pictures, and you got to be very careful.
Maybe Elizabeth Blum will go there.
Maybe Elizabeth Blum because she's on. so you know, and guys, it's such a way that for me, I saw only today, to be frank, since the whole war started, it was today that I saw real reporters giving some reports, and those videos I shared some of them in our chat room. Okay, where at least they were telling us this is it, this is what happening. But it was difficult for the past almost 2 weeks. It's difficult to know the exact story. Who got the upper hand? All we hear Donald Trump. We say, okay, we have finished all the airplane. Their rocket is almost finished, but at the same time, he's deploying hotel warship. with all of its paraphernalia. So if the people ain't got nothing again, then why you deploying new warship? We don't know. But I got a video here that there are several of them, few different videos. But let's play the one first. We will not play all. We will not. Maybe we'll play one more again. But we'll play this one first to see what's unfolding, and then we'll make our comments after we watch it and listen to what they have to say. Let me see. Okay. Oh, I did wrong. Something wrong. Something went wrong. Where is you? You where you are? Okay.
This is the crater an Iranian ballistic missile leaves, and here is the damage it causes. This is an older building and it didn't have safe rooms in it, so residents needed to go to nearby community shelters. It's understood the woman that was killed here was a carer for an elderly woman, and she just didn't make it into a safe room in time. For those who did make it to the bunker, it was a terrifying experience.
We were underground, like 2 flights underground. It was a huge sound of bomb. Actually, the whole basement shook. The lights turned off.
Israeli politicians telling the public that the price being paid now will be worth it in the long run.
Stay strong. This is a historic effort to change the trajectory in the Middle East to a different future, a future of peace.
This is the crater an Iranian ballistic...
We're 10 days into the war with Iran.
Okay, guys, sorry. You saw this is an Australian journalist who at least was on the ground, and this is where I can want to validate some of the reports, because when I hear a real person talking, I have done this thing before. I've been to the battlefront before, and I know, because it was fighting. They say somebody will just say that. Imagine when they hear one bomb sound, they say, that bomb kill everybody, and how the story will go without real verification. So at least the journalist was there, he was showing the creators. And the reason why I show this, not because we want to promote any side in the war, but most of the thing you hear on social media, especially when you listen to mainstream media, they make it to appear as if to say the Iranian people hand and Israel they're bombing there, Israel and America they're bombing there, and nothing, they're not doing anything. But you can see, and this guy is showing the creators. That is, and even the devastation, like I said, there are several videos. And so, guys, and this war is lasting almost 2 weeks. America or Israel do not seem to be backing down. They even think about putting boots on the ground. And Iran is saying, even if you kill all of us, kill us. But we are ready to defend our country. Where are we heading to? Anybody can start.
Look, I'm looking for. Let me just quickly jump in. First of all, we all know the war is, it's unprovoked. There was no reason for United States of America to come and fight on behalf of Israel, who wants to be the only military might in the in the Middle East, wants to determine who's the president, who's the leader of Iraq countries. Like, if you do not cooperate with us, we will subdue you. So yeah, but let me just say this. Look, Linfo, America and Israel has made a big mistake. I mean, the way the war has progressed, has continued over the period of time, and the death of so many Iranians now, that will create the regime sympathy. Those who were even opting for the regime, to go after 40 years of suppression, whatever it is, it has created a lot of sympathy for the regime now. People like killing our people, destroying historical sites. The country, they want to flatten the whole Tehran. They want to flatten the whole Tehran. It does not work. Then you go, I mean, then you pivot to Asia, I mean, to Lebanon. You are bomb people, Beirut, you are bomb the southern part of Lebanon, entire villages and towns have been, so I think United States of America have made a mistake, and they will have to pay. I mean, maybe the war will go, take on an American soil in terms of terroristic attacks. I mean, so I just want to say that, that was a mistake on the part of America. So maybe she have done a bomb and left, get the president leave, but with a continuous war, and the guy is so emboldened, the minister of what you call it, defense, Pete has said, it's like, I mean, they're not apologetic. It's like that's something they must do, just like their children in the backyard spanking the children. Look, So you guys, look, I mean, you gotta go ahead, man, look, because the thing is so annoying.
Okay, a quick disclaimer: the Borderline Liberia discussions host all of us, or we host it, but we are individuals. The Borderline Liberia discussion does not make policy for us as to what to say. We are
I stand for my words.
Yeah, whatever I say,
I stand my word. America,
and we stand for what we say unapologetically. And so Facebook, because I understand they have started banning a lot of pages, because for speaking out or even playing video. So if you want, if Facebook want to count, all of us will get our names on the screen. You know us. Come to us. Do not block the other discussions. Padole, you want to chime in, and just before Padole chimes in, let me just say what Joe Conto is saying here. And this is where I my thing come in, okay, as a reporter, frontline reporter. I don't know.
It was just on the news. Yeah, we didn't read it. It was on CNN.
Yeah, but I'm coming there. You are fought war for almost 2 weeks, and you are not using AK-47. You are using massive destructive bombs. And then somebody is telling me that after 2 weeks of using bombs, ballistic missiles, that 140 soldiers are wounded and 7 dead. Who the hell was there to count the casualty? And until they just settle. And if America has a tally sheet for all of the soldiers that they are sending, if everybody is registered, that's when we're going to know who made it back and who did not make it back. But for now, for somebody to be coming with figure that's bullshit for me, sorry for the language, it's unrealistic. The same thing with the Iranians are, because I know what these guys, from what we see, here, somebody was just showing Kratos, where that Kratos was, there was a bunker, or I call it bomb escape route under there, and the whole thing collapsed. Then somebody will tell me, and the guy saying that there was an elderly woman taking care of another woman, and 2 of them died. Okay, but the people that are under there, nobody get an account of them. So we can continue. Paul and Padole. The same question goes to you guys. The way they think you're going so, and they say when you haul rope, you go in the bush, you call one small piece of rope, you try to haul it. That rope hauling one tree, and then another tree. When you go load the whole bush, you start hauling the whole bush, because they think started as getting rid of the leadership of Iran, and they kill all 49 of them just in one bomb, boom, all of them die, and they thought you were going to finish. They're surprised now that this thing had dragged to this point. So where are we going?
Yeah, let me just say how I see it. To be honest, the whole war should not have started in the first place. But because the whole war have become somehow lawless, the powerful people take advantage over the weak people. How can you see such a thing happen? Even the America, the member of the House of Senate and Representatives, are jettering on this decision of their president. For them to take appropriate action on him, they are not doing it. They're just sitting down, murmuring themselves. That is so ridiculous to me. But let me tell you something. Iranian are people, are terrible set of people. That people that are very stubborn. If you decide to fight them to the end. If you think you can just jab them and go, that's not it. They are very, very stubborn set of people. That is the play that the entire strongest of the people, the first king, all this kind of stuff there, the strong people came from this area there. They are historical people. They believe in fighting. When they say they're fighting, they can fight. Right now, no one can tell all the drum that they were creating where they have. No one know it. And the still, all the bomb, the Americans say he bombing a city, bombing a country, you still have the capacity to shoot at Israel and shoot at a neighboring country that they feel that they supported America against them. So it, and also he's going to create economic problem for the entire world because the whole world today rely on two things: gas, petrol. The whole world rely on that. And these are the people. Today, they bomb the biggest oil refinery in Qatar. They're going to cause serious shortage of oil. So I hope this war will stop and people will have some sense in their head to tell people that did the wrong thing to say, look, you need to stop. But I'm not seeing it right now. Based on the information I'm getting to be realistic or that, France, Macron go to the airport yesterday, I think today or yesterday, sending his soldier. England have sent a ship. Germany promised to send ship. Why? For what? To go do what? To help to go and help someone who went and invaded the other people unlawfully. And here is the state saying that what Putin have done to Ukraine is wrong. But what Donald Trump have done in Venezuela and Iran is right. How do you look at it?
That's a hypocrisy. That's why a lot of people call hypocrisy. But let's go to Paul. Paul, you see what Padoli just said. Some countries now are trying to contribute troops, and I don't know on what grounds. Because number one, if another country provokes or brings war to another country for no reason, I think that country that was invaded should be the one to gain the sympathy. But when the attacker is crying for help and calling for help, it means you cannot win the person that you attacked. So the person is to retreat. But then other countries getting up and putting their armies together to go, is it out of fear, or is it the same NATO thing that we've been looking at? Is it the same NATO thing happening? What do you think is happening?
Linford, you see the Western world, they are followers. The fact is that America have gone to cause mayhem for another country. They will not criticize. They will follow. And they would not discuss it with their citizen. They would just go say, oh, we are our partners. Like, for example, the UK, when I live in the UK, the British people don't want their children going into that region to die. Someone decided not to give the airspace, but then what happened? The opposition conservative party said, oh, who are in government will go with our allies. This guy decided, he decided to send troops. And Trump said something on his X that we don't need you. We finish doing the damage what Britain want to come in for. It just shows you that these Western leaders, they are puppet to America, plain blank. So if they don't show face, there will be some kind of a tariff or something put on them by Trump. So all of them rushing in a quiet way and not seeing what they're going there for. British saying they're going to Cyprus because they have a base in Cyprus to protect their base. You're not in a fight. What are you going to protect your base for? Nothing concern you. But because the master, the emperor, is causing trouble, we have to go and be beside the emperor. That's all they're going for. But I want to say something. Iran is a smaller nation compared to America and Israel that have all the mighty weapons to cause massive mayhem. They're doing it. But this is King David and Goliath situation that America faced with. You big, but one little hit will hurt you more. And this is Iran, what it did. It causing the whole world now to feel the pinch of the war that and Trump started. You get the point. So to elaborate more on that, I got something here from First News. It's an Indian news. Their own, they can look at things, they post salt and pepper for people to see what they think. It's not the Western media that only say, oh, CNN, they're pounding. If even Al Jazeera, they're doing this, but it's just one-sided news that will bend soul to the people. On Sunday, I listened to George Galloway podcast. He and this guy called, I think it was called Rotten on that program. It has been alleged that 173 or 74 U.S. soldiers have been captured, but it hasn't been said in the news. So George Galloway is saying these are things that information they are getting from people on the ground, but it have not been said. It have not been said by the mainstream media. And what Joseph Conte talked about, the 140 wounded, how that wound could lead to death, we don't know the severity of the wound. So all of these things is all coming to bear. Yesterday, what happened on the weekend in Israel? How they call it? Hezbollah did something that the Israeli could not stop. So we're trying to say the way it's going is not good for the world. So let me roll this, then before you can have a say. This is from First News. What First News is looking at is about in the first 6 days of the war. Let's listen to this.
In terms of military power, the US-Israel combo is far superior than Iran. And yet Iran is giving them a tough fight. Their hits have cost the US military nearly $2 billion in 6 days. $2 billion. American radar systems have suffered damage and their military bases have been targeted. One strike in particular has sparked curiosity, a strike on the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. It's the biggest US base in the region, and here Iran may have struck the missile radar system. Basically, they've taken out America's eyes in the region. Let me show you a satellite image. It was published by the New York Times. It shows a structure that looks like a tent. It is surrounded by satellite dishes. The tent has been destroyed and many of the dishes were most likely damaged. And why is this significant? Because this is not just another satellite dish cluster. Apparently, this is a system. This is a radar system, the largest of its kind in West Asia. Reports say this was an early warning system. According to some claims, this radar has a tracking range of 5,000 kilometers. It is designed to detect incoming ballistic missiles from thousands of kilometers away. Iran says they've destroyed it. Several Iranian publications have carried such reports. They say Iran struck the American radar and completely destroyed it. I'll repeat here, this is a claim by Iran. We have not been able to independently verify it, but the fact that they chose to strike this facility is a serious statement of intent. Because Tehran is now going after critical American infrastructure in West Asia. It is striking America's ability to communicate and coordinate. And this is not the only US military asset to have been hit. Let me show you the list. Iran has attacked a US facility in Bahrain. This is the US Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters in Manama, the capital of Bahrain. This is the force responsible for all US naval operations in the region, from the Red Sea to the Arabian Sea. The Iranians struck large buildings and destroyed 2 satellite communication terminals. Each of these systems costs $10 million. 2 systems were hit. That means a loss of $20 million. In the UAE, the Iranians have hit a THAAD radar system. THAAD stands for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System. It's an acronym. This is America's most advanced anti-missile shield. And Iran hit a critical component of this system. It helps the THAAD detect and track incoming threats. And this component does not come cheap. It's worth $500 million. The THAAD system cannot function without this part. So effectively, Iran has rendered the THAAD system useless. Besides this, the US has also lost 3 F-15 jets. They were downed over Kuwait, although this was in an incident of friendly fire. But if you put all of this together, a radar station in Qatar, a THAAD missile defense system in the UAE, and 3 fighter jets in Kuwait, the total loss for the Americans is about $2 billion in hardware. And this is not just about the numbers, of course. This also shows what Iran is aiming for. By targeting radars, communication, and anti-missile defense systems, Iran is attempting to impair America's ability to see, talk to, and defend its assets and allies. This is what experts call asymmetric warfare. Iran is not trying to match the US dollar for dollar. They can't. But they don't even have to. They can still impose significant costs on the US military, and the first 6 days of this war have made that amply clear.
You know, you see, it's good that I have a very good experience in covering war. 1990, I was in Monrovia. I was working at the radio station. I was captured at ELPC. I found myself across the land. I ended up in Kakata. That was my destination, though, because I come from foreign country, so I was going all the way to my home, Banga, if I had a chance. Luckily, we were captured. We ended up in Kakata, July. I was there until October. Then we started, following Taylor, all the journalists and people, all the people out there, we group ourselves and say we got to do something as journalists. That's how we started the whole thing. So I followed this thing throughout. And I will tell you, Joe Control and Taylor, I understand where you guys coming from. You live in America, and we live in Europe here. We are more closer to them than you. And the information you get is from CNN and other things. I am telling you, and trust me, code Linfo. I am saying that 140 that won there. You want to tell me, I know 7 bases that were hit, or over 20 bases that were hit. That many 7 people will get hurt there. Those people when they hit the bases, they did not inform them that were coming to hit you for them to take over. They hit those places unknown to them. And there were people, they will start working, there were soldiers on guard, there were people, in the building. And who went there to count them? But again, like I said, when it does settle, we'll know. And I also heard you and Control saying America can afford. Look, listen, we have heard this thing all over the place. You live in America, name one country that America have gone to fight face to face and they won. 0. At least not you myself each time. That they went to Vienna, they feel flat. They always go with some kind of group from like you said, you already said that Europe have outsourced their security to America. So when America go in, see all of them running. And I was able to talk to a friend of mine who is in the security force anyway in America. I will not disclose, okay? And this guy told me something that even when they used to go when you were in Iran, like I said, when they go to Iran, in Iran rather, all the NATO thing that can go, the people going with tape there on their back, nothing inside. Maybe one or 2 pieces of biscuit inside that America got to arm the the other NATO countries. So all the fuckers that are passing around here, sorry for my language, that they going to hell, that's 0. They depending on America. But other than that, remove the NATO. They get in the power. If you remove heaven and hell, the power will be 0 both. So remove the NATO and send America to go for some other country. That's 0. You've been hearing this thing. You carry the mightiest thing you have, that Abraham Lincoln that you carry. that funny airplane that looking something like flat thing that you're carrying bomb. Yeah, that you're carrying bomb Iran for you're carrying all of them there, and still you're not fight for and that one America fighting Iran, but Israel as well, another superpower, and two of you combine against one simple country called Iran. Iran that had Gaza, Iran that they are nothing. Yeah, compared to they're not superpower. You've been fighting there for complete 2 weeks, and then people still say you still believe for get a Christian still believe that when Jesus Christ coming back after 2 years, after 200 years when they made that, he come back.
But Linford, let me fair here. Let's be fair here.
Yeah.
Joe said that he served in the U.S. Army. He fought for 10 years in Iraq. That's the institution. So when you expect he talking about his institution that he know well. So why
Joe, tell me, you as a soldier, you fight for 10 years, you not win war. And then you say believe that you win. Brother.
No, but what the video I play, America will do what they have to do. But economically, this is why now we're all feeding it. Gasoline go up. Because of one gas somewhere decide to do something crazy.
No clear winner in war. You win, then you say, and I kill all the people and I win. Nobody can do that. Now, Iran, they got a trunker. The trunker is that Hormuz canal, right? They block it. No oil leaving. Then they say temple the blasting. So you see, so whether you generate somewhere, you will stay in that making. No, Brother Joe, nobody can win war, yeah? Sorry.
Francis summarize the whole thing here.
Yeah.
Francis summary is quite good. If you look away, go by what Francis said about the situation over there. You see?
Joe, I can play anywhere around the Arab world. They only play and I play and I pass transiting that Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The number Asia is my team. So
guys, let me just say something quickly. I mean, with France.
Yeah.
The guy capitulated, the president of France. I'm so disappointed in Macron.
Yeah, because he's been sure you're right.
You were one of those after as soon they attacked the unfunded, the unjustifiable invasion, the terroristic act of the United States of America and Israel. He will call for the European Union, NATO members to go back to start to create the arsenal, nuclear weapons and stuff like that, encouraging everybody. Even some meetings to be held, I think, on tomorrow or Friday, where Europe now sent the outsource the military, the security to America since the World War II. It was an agreement made, and America has broken that agreement on so many occasions. And using it as a pawn. If you do not follow us, we will not, will not defend you.
Yeah,
yeah. So Macron, he came off quite clearly that hey, it's about time now we got America. Even Russia. Russia is not a threat now. Israel is a threat now to most European countries.
Oh yeah.
So they're not looking at Russia. Because if Russia want to use her nuclear weapon that she has, she use it on Ukraine. But now they see the rate at which Israel is so emboldened now, attacking these countries around it and return the guns towards the other countries who especially France and that is France and Spain that is very, very, very anti-war, led by Israel. So I just want to say that. So the Europeans are coming to the terms now to create their own, arsenal, and start depending on America in the next 10 years.
In addition to what you say, I can everything happens. I mean, we as humans sometimes we don't learn lessons. But after World War I and World War II, they brought a thing called UN, which has been, this truthless bulldog, in my own opinion. But the whole, look at a continent like Europe. Then you got country, then they call Great Britain, then they take their security and give it to America and say, okay, we're joining you in something called NATO. And ask yourself, in NATO, America is way in the West. So if you got one enemy in the East, that is supposed to be the former Soviet Union, Russia, and then America come and jab you and say, look, that is man we scale, that is man we are our enemies, so you can't enjoy me. What sense does it make? But this Iranian war, you know what it's coming to do? Let me tell you. Yeah, everything happened for the reason. Even the funny Arab country, the Gulf country, that allow America to build their defense system in order to defend them, hoping that, the same way the Christian mentality, they're waiting for one savior. Instead of fighting for yourself, you go say that, okay, we're depending on America. Every damn one of them now, you know what can happen? They will start after the war. They will build their own defense system. Look, Iran learned lesson from 1953 after they suppressed them. Okay, and then when the Ayatollah came, so that when we talk people think and the Joe is saying Iran role model. No, hell no. But I let them look at it from the standpoint of all Liberians. If you ask where you want to go, that we are Americans by nature. All Liberians, we are American by nature. All my work, they call me American because they know that I told them that, we are American, okay? But not because we are American, and I will say that America is doing wrong, I can't say. We'll say it. You can sit on my butt, so in my butt head, I can't confess. But let me tell you one thing. All the damn small countries that allow America to build, arsenal and all kind of things in their country, under the pretense that would defend you, they all get sense now. Iran did not need anybody to defend them because they knew that they were the rejected child. They were the most hated group. So they started to do their own thing, sanction on them, but see what they're doing. And America and Israel, they calculated this thing to be similar to that to that Venezuelan thing. Go kill all the people. I could tell. The moment they kill the people, the picture were all on social media. They're ready to change their government. The people coming get Donald Trump. The people are getting in the street to change. Where are the people in the street? You see it? So all the country now, everybody will be on their own. The funny European country now, everybody coming be on their own now. Great Britain, you're getting nuclear weapons. You better build it up. France, you'll get it. You better defend yourself. You're depending on America. Okay, America, they all opposed him. They not say NATO is
the. Let me make the conversation quite interesting before we leave from here.
Yeah.
Iran have been accused the most terrorist state in the world.
How many countries they have attacked in the last 10 years?
That's the question now, because you see, the Western propaganda is so sweet. When they pick it up, they sing the same language. When Israel started annexing the people of Gaza, all the Western media will carry the thing. Israel have the right to defend itself. All of them is like the program. They'll say BBC will be saying, CNN will say, Fox News will say, all of them will be carrying the same thing. Israel have the right to defend itself, but they killing babies and children. They will not. They will not say anything.
No,
they will not condemn. This is a situation that been happening. Now, when Russia invaded Ukraine, they say people, oh no, this is so wrong. But today, the very Britain, France, all of them cannot condemn what America did. They know it's wrong. They will not condemn it. They will say,
they are instantly called NATO.
Exactly. So, America been bombing country all over the place. They're not classified as terrorist state. But the country that just building their own arsenal, sitting down quietly, you've been classified. So today, North Korea, we don't hear anything about the rocket man. Because North Korea have a weapon now, they don't bother North Korea anymore. You see how the war looking? So this is what the African nation now need to start thinking to do their own thing. You see? Yeah,
and this goes to Liberia.
The way ahead is Guinea, they will Liberia today. Guinea,
this goes to Liberia. Guinea, so you're crossing our border for nothing. You think we have something video across? No. And
That's
Liberia,
the
they say,
thing.
like,
So
oh,
you got to prepare yourself. But man,
when America say,
close up, man.
we want to build Africa in Liberia, people say, yeah, we welcome it. You know the reason why? So we can depend on America. When they build the African, they will come fight for us. Like, you better send you better train your people. No, America will always, yeah, to control that Liberia, man. But he say, America is the greatest country. Iran can fight America. They fighting there. They say they can fight there. They're fighting there. And guess what? No, hey man, small shin better than big shin. For Padoli, Francis, small shin. If you know you can't find a picking, don't go there. You go the moment you're finishing a pro beat, you'll leave from there. But you want to show that you can beat and see what's happening now. And America is shame. Israel is shame. They can't leave. When they leave, they'll say Iran won. So they'll do all kind of things. Okay, you do not from you can you say you're not damaged all the people airplane, everything finning now. Their ship, everything finning. When you bringing your aircraft carrier, you know, because that should be some of the last resort. The next thing that you'll go press the code for a nuclear bomb. Because
no, you're not go there now because Britain and France they carry their own stuff now to help. You don't get the whole code. You think what France is going there is to help. You think what Britain going there is to help. Because that kind of defeat the bigger small budget embarrass you. That's the situation America in now. So guys, let's close, man.
Yeah, Joe, listen. From all Joe, I mean, I'm not joking with you as a brother, but from all Joe, me, anything when somebody talk bad about America, can help me. Because imagine, man, you and myself know today, are in Euro, right? If you carry 10 American visa to Liberia and you carry 1,000 European visa, you know, all the 1,000 people will come for that 10 American visa until when they now finish selecting the 10 people who go into America before the other people turn around and say, we are going for European visa now. We are all American. We know this. But even if I'm in the United States, I'll still say the same thing. Probably I'll be in jail by now. The thing is, you know, for me, I ain't want to lie. I ain't want to pretend. I mean, and just me, I was a strong believer in God business. But I found this thing to be too funny and tricky. And I'm adding up. So right now, I'm not Christian. I'm resigned from Christianity too. And I totally resigned. But somebody got to convince me and answer my question then. If you convince me, fine. The same thing with the American thing here. Yeah, we are the powerful people. We go around, we are the powerful people. You go for a small country, you finish killing that people. What you say want to do that until you can kill all the people and turn around and put somebody who you want there. Move from there. Small shame is better than big shame. Me, I would say anything, I got one life to live. No, I ain't got nothing in my life. The only thing I got in my life, nothing I ain't got nothing. So I would die for the truth. I would die for it, but I would say it. And not in disrespect, but it's just my nature that I can't lie. And I don't let you pretend. So, guys, I think it was a good show. Joe, I know, brother, you suffered, you sacrificed for that country. But again, truth be told, truth be told.
All right, guy. I'm going to quit.
Okay, guy. If I say no hey, no tea.
Just Friday.
But guy, it was a good show, and you know, sometimes we let it make fun. But this thing is dragging. You know, when you play in one show for long, whether that show was small, when you play inside for long, start getting pain and start hurting. So we let the war finish. The people now die. You're moving from there now. You're stay there too long. Some of the people will die. You're moving from there. I mean, I have asking you. The other people now die. You're moving from there. You're stay there too long. Some of the people will die. Hiya. You're moving from there. The voice of man, the voice of God.
Okay. On that note, the voice of man, the voice of God.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we're back here on Friday. So let's close out and let's say thanks to all our followers. Thanks to
Joe. After the show, call me. Joe, after the show, call me. You can follow me on Facebook. So guys, we'll be back here on Friday and but Sunday after Friday, Sunday Paul will also be here. So we're trying to make the platform diverse with different kind of information. Maybe one day Francis is expecting And Francis, we expect you to come up with something too. Come up with some kind of program topic. I will bring something too, so we can keep the platform busy from morning to Friday.
You expect me, or we already discussed it. So we
Yeah.
I can we are not. We have not.
No, but I just encouraging you, my man. Oh, don't wash out very close.
No, but you making it go out there. I do not.
Okay, I was saying to Iran.
Yeah, Francis come out with something, but I'll say,
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
It was good. So we're going to end up this way. Let me see. Your will. Okay. There's a song here I like. Okay.
Happy ENT, baby. Kicking it out. To my baby. Rocking it out. We get swagger, we get dresser, we get Scooby-Doo. We get Casabon and like Jackie Foam. We get Palo.